This show is made possible by support from Landsharkz.ca. Visit them for all your coin and swag needs at www.landsharkz.ca. And by viewers like you. Thank you for your donations. A brand new YouTube video contest. Lots of news and lots of trees on this episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. Hi there, and welcome to Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. I'm Icenrye, thanks for watching. If you're new to the show, welcome to the family. With this is me, my co-host Roxy, my camera operator Abel, and I go caching, film it, throw it together a few hints, tips, and tricks, upload it to the internet so you can download and watch at your own leisure. If you're a regular viewer, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate your viewership. My website is Icenrye.com, and my email address is geoicenrye@icenrye.com. So, what's new? Well, welcome to beautiful Fort George Park here in British Columbia, and as you can tell, the snow is gone, spring finally arrived. It's a beautiful day today. It's about 11-12 degrees Celsius. I'm out in short sleeves. Fort George Park, I already got about 200 kids playing behind me in the playground, so if you hear some noise in the background, hey, they're just having a great time. Now you may be asking yourself, where's my co-host Roxy? Well, one rule about Fort George Park is no dogs are allowed. It's an unfortunate thing, but this is principally a park for children and families. So we, the dog community, really don't argue with the city that much because there's tons of areas where we can take the animals and let them run. So Abel and Roxy, they're sitting at home today watching a hockey game on the tube. My camera operator for this episode is a fine Italian gentleman called Manfrotto, and he's doing an absolutely wonderful job of handling the camera. About a week or so ago, I received a nice little package from show sponsors Landsharkz, and inside that package were some great goodies for me to give away on upcoming episodes of the Videozine. They also sent up a few new products that they're carrying for me to test out and let you, the viewers, know how I like them. For example, this hat I'm wearing is from Landsharkz. It has the Canadian Cacher logo on the front and may appear to be a normal looking hat until you reach up and hit this. Dum dum dum. Yes, this is a hat that has two very bright LEDs in the brim. Now, okay, it's the middle of the day, the sun is shining, so you're not really going to notice much. But in upcoming episodes, I'm going to go out, do a little night caching, take this bad boy with me, and I'll let you know how it works. They also sent me an Invisibleshield kit for my GPS 60, and again in future episodes, I'll show you how to put that bad boy on, and we'll go out and test it and see how well it works. Now, one of the bonuses that came with the packages was some more Geocoins to give away as contest prizes, including one very special coin that I'm going to have a very special contest for, and I'll mention that a little later in today's show, so stick around. So why am I in Fort George Park today? Well, first off, because it's the first warm day we've had all year, I had to get out of the house. Also, I'm working on a cache. It's part of the 2008 cache Blitz, done by local cacher Austinstad, and the cache is called So Many Trees. Now, this is a little multi-puzzle cache. And what you have to do is, well, if you look on the trees around here, most of the trees have number tags on them. And Austinstad has printed off pictures, or he has pictures on the website that you can download and print off. And by using the pictures, you have to find the trees. Then using the numbers on the tags, figure out the coordinates to the final cache. So I'm down here in the park. I got all the pictures in my hand here. I'm going to go out and try and find some of these trees, and we'll let you know how it goes. So, there's lots of trees around here. As a matter of fact, there's so many trees I don't really know where to start. So we're going to go grab the camera. We're going to head off in the direction. We're going to go start looking for trees. When we do, we'll get back and I'll hit you with some geocaching news. So first off, in caching news, the design for the 2008 British Columbia Geocoin has been released. And for 2008, the main feature of the coin is going to be a great picture of Mount Robson. For those of you who don't know, Mount Robson is the tallest peak in the Canadian Rockies, and it's actually located about 3 hours east of Prince George, and it's an absolutely wonderful sight to see. You have to go there. And one of the challenges of seeing Mount Robson is the peak is over 14,000 feet in the air, and quite often when people go to see there, the top bit of the mountain is always covered in clouds. But in my years, I've been lucky enough to catch more than one picture of Mount Robson without the clouds, and trust me, it's an absolutely beautiful sight. And if you ever have some spare time, make sure you do the hike up to Berg Lake, which is over on the north face of Mount Robson. An absolutely wonderful place where you can sit by the lake, fed by glaciers. You can actually watch the glaciers fall off the mountain into the lake. It's a beautiful sight. Also in geocaching news, the BCGA has come out with their 2008 Geocoin. And this year, the coin itself is made out of stained glass. For those of you who went to last year's Woodstock, you might remember the design of that coin. Well, the design of the 08 BCGA coin is very similar. Absolutely beautiful coin. If you're interested, make sure you check out the BCGA website. I'll have links to that, and how you can also get your hands on the BC Geocoin on my website, Icenrye.com. I recently received a video email from viewer and regular contributor PabloMac, who was lucky enough to win a contract from Groundspeak to supply them with new signage. He recorded the whole event on YouTube, and it's up on his site, and it's a great piece to watch. And of course, I'll have links on my site to where you can watch his video. PabloMac, congratulations, and it's finally nice to see exactly where the home of geocaching is. So there's still lots of news to go, but I got more trees to find here, so I'm going to take off, find a couple more trees. I'll get right back to you. Man, are there a lot of trees here in Fort George Park. I found a couple so far. Some of them think I know what the numbers are, but I still like to find the trees just to double check. And one of them, I don't have the slightest clue what it is. And of course, it's the last 3 digits in the coordinates, so it's probably the most important part. Oh well. In the meantime, let's get back into some more geocaching news. Cache Blitz. Hey, there's only about a week left in the month of April, so if you haven't planted them, get them out there. Get those caches out for the Cache Blitz. And also, get out there and start looking. As a matter of fact, this particular cache I'm looking for is part of the 2008 Cache Blitz. As of the end of April, the contest will be over, and it'll be time to tabulate all the votes. Well, I still have lots of news left, but first, we're gonna go find some more trees. We'll get back to you. On May 3rd, coming up here in a couple of weeks, on next Saturday, as a matter of fact, we're going to have a live episode of Cachers of the Round Table, hosted by Daryl and Firefly out of Detroit, Michigan. And we're getting together with most of the geocaching podcasters, and we're going to be live on TalkShoe. Some of you may listen to Xpunk's podcast, the Geocaching Podcast, which comes on every Tuesday. We're using the same service. You'll be able to call in or Skype in to a particular number and ask us people various questions. It's going to be like a live panel. Matter of fact, Dale's got a little promo for it. Let's roll her.
We're fast approaching the 8th anniversary of the original stash and the first live Cachers of the Round Table. We invite you to join us on May 3rd as we talk about what caching is to us. We'll be recording through the TalkShoe service at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, but that's midnight GMT, or May 4th at 10 a.m. in Sydney, Australia. Sign on to TalkShoe at TalkShoe.com or call in at 724-444-7444 and select TalkCast ID 7525 to listen and participate in the show. Even if you can't join us live, we'd love to hear what caching means to you. Just call our voicemail line at 206-333-1206 and we'll use it on the show. As always, visit the Cachers of the Round Table website for more information at cachersroundtable.com.
So thanks, Daryl. I'm really looking forward to the event. If you don't have the TalkShoe client installed on your computer, go download it. Check it out next Tuesday when we do the Geocaching Podcast with XPunkX. Work out all the bugs, and then we'll be talking to you next Saturday, or if you're in certain parts of the planet, next Sunday morning. So, it's time to introduce a brand new contest here on the Videozine. It's called the Geo Addicts Video Contest. How do you enter? Simple. How much of a Geo Addict are you? Show me. Make a brief video, 2 to 3 minutes, upload it to YouTube, and email me, Icenrye@Icenrye.com. Make sure you put the topic Geo Addict video in the subject line, and they'll all go to a special folder. I'll add your video to a playlist, and then myself and an esteemed group of judges will be going through this video, and we will determine who is the biggest Geo Addict out there. Now, what are we playing for? What's in it for me? Well, earlier in the show, you may remember I mentioned I got a little care package for my sponsors, Landsharkz.ca. Well, inside that package was a nickel-plated Geo Addict coin of theirs. Now, the thing about the nickel-plated coin, there were only 75 made. I have one of them. That's the prize for this contest. There are certain rules. First off, if you're going to use music, make sure you get the music from the Podsafe Music Network. Please do not use copyrighted music. I will not be able to use your video. Copyright laws, all that stuff. Second, keep it clean. Remember, this is a family show, so, you know, the obvious, no nudity, no violence, no swearing. However, throwing brothers and sisters in the mud pits, that's okay by me. You know, if you have to just get them out of the way so you can get that first to find, because after all, you're a Geo Addict. I have a few more hints, tips, and tricks, and a few more rules up on my website at Icenrye.com. Just look for the Geo Addict video link on the side once I get it up there. But hey, grab your camera. It doesn't have to be technically sound, because all I want to know is how much of a Geo Addict are you? Make it fun, make it excitement, make it crazy. How much of a Geo Addict are you? So Fort George Park here in Prince George is one of the largest parks in the city, but the only park that's larger in size is Forest for the World. However, that's more of a forest reserve as opposed to a park. And this park has everything. Wide open spaces where you can come throw a football and play frisbee, bring the kids. There's a wonderful playground. There's a water garden off to the side where during the summer, when it warms up, kids can go and play and have a great time. The parents can just sit and enjoy and have a lot of fun. But one thing you're really noticing about the park today, it is spotless. It is absolutely clean. Why? Well, because earlier this week was Earth Day, and there was probably a good 100 people here in the park picking up garbage and cleaning up the park after a long, hard winter. Matter of fact, we in the geocaching community call it CITO, cash in, trash out. And last weekend, in honor of Earth Day, there were hundreds of CITO events located all over the world. As a matter of fact, regular contributor and viewer Daryl W4. Daryl, I believe you were at an event, weren't you?
That's right, Icenrye. Firefly03 and I are out here on Belle Isle, which is part of Detroit. It's one of the largest parks in the world. It's almost 1,000 acres. And it's actually the largest island park in all of North America, if memory serves. There's 36 caches on this island, but we're here today for a CITO event. But we kind of wondered why it was that all of these cachers are showing up today to pick up trash.
I came out to help clean up Belle Isle today for Earth Day. It seems like we need to take care of our parks better. We have a long way to go with cleaning them up. When I drove on the island today, I was kind of stunned at how much filth I saw and how much trash I saw. I actually saw a bag of garbage on the expressway today that we had to stop to avoid and get around and things like that. So we need to clean up our parks so that people can enjoy them. It's a great thing to have families be able to come out and enjoy, and you know, how much fun is it to come out and enjoy it when they have to dodge all the bags of trash and all the garbage that's laying around. So we're here to clean it up so people can really enjoy the outdoors.
I like to go CITOing because I think that it's kind of rude how people just drop the garbage everywhere, and it should be picked up after them.
I like to CITO because I get a chance to clean up the places that we geocached, our own little playgrounds, and it's kind of interesting to see maybe some of the things people throw away.
I like picking up trash, and that's why I like to go to the CITO events.
By the way, a number of those 36 caches that these folks are looking for were actually placed for an event about a month ago. They come through, place a whole bunch of new caches every year for this event, archive a bunch of the old ones, and this year their theme is actually the many monuments of Belle Isle, so you have to run around to a bunch of the monuments like this to find that information. Let's talk to Rattrak. He's one of the guys that not only placed those caches, but also set up the CITO event.
You know, I was born and raised in this city and spent a lot of time here as a kid, and this island is just a beautiful place. And the other thing is that a couple of years back we started putting out caches here, and started holding an annual event, so now we've had 3 of them. And by doing so, we just feel that, you know, you got to give back if you're gonna use the area. So this is a wonderful place, and it's a great way to contribute to the city of Detroit.
Thanks, Rattrak, for all that insight on the Belle Isle CITO event. Unfortunately, Firefly03 and I aren't going to be able to make it to the picnic. We've got some other plans. So it's time for us to shove off. Now back to Icenrye in the studio.
So thanks, Daryl, for that great piece. CITO, make sure you check it out in your area. Well, guess what? I finally found the 6th tree. I have my numbers, got them plugged into the GPS. There's about 500 meters thereabouts from where I'm standing. So I'm gonna go off, find the cache. Did I find it? Well, guess what? You're gonna have to tune in to the next episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine, because that's it. This episode is over. However, before I go, just a couple of quick notes that I always like to mention at the end of my shows. First off, special thanks to Landsharkz.ca for their continuing sponsorship of this show and that great swag package they set up. The coin, the Geo Addicts coin for the contest, the hat that lights up at night, and a few other great things. Look for a test on the Invisibleshield for your GPS unit coming up in future episodes of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. Landsharkz.ca. Check them out for all your geocache and geoswag needs at landsharkz.ca. I would also like to thank the viewers who contribute financially to this program. Without your support, this show would not be possible. The money goes towards paying traveling costs and hosting costs and other various expenses involved in putting this fine show together. If you get any enjoyment out of this show, I encourage you, go to Icenrye.com. Near the top of the page, you'll see a variety of ways you can contribute to the show. You can either make a one-time donation, or you can make a recurring monthly payment, all through PayPal. All safe and secure. Again, if you've donated already, thank you for your contributions. So in the meantime, and in between time, that's it. Another episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. So until the next episode, cache on.
All right. Hey, you have anything to say? All right, there you go.